Hi everyone. It's a beautiful day and I'm speaking to you from my backyard. This week is Parsha Beha'alotcha. That's the third Parsha in the book of Bamidbar. And I'm going to look at chapter 9, where God speaks to Moshe, B'shana Hashenas, in the second year, L'tzeisa Meretz Mitzrayim, since they left Egypt, B'chodesh Harishon, in the month of Nisan, in the first month. And Rashi says, wait, something's not right here. You see, the book that began 9 chapters earlier, 3 weeks ago, when God addresses Moshe, he's addressing Moshe in the second month. Why? If God is speaking to Moshe in the first month, 9 chapters later, shouldn't this chapter really be the first chapter? And Rashi conveys to us the following message. The Torah is not written in chronological order. Okay, so what? Bamidbar started with God speaking to us in the second month, and later on he gets to review and tell, well, this is what I told Moshe in the first month. Okay, fine, no big deal, got it. But here's the second message that Rashi conveys to us. He says, I have some bad news for you. Do you know that for all the 40 years that the Jewish people spent in the wilderness, they only offered one Korban Pesach, and this is the only time they did it? Wow, that's pretty strange. It's a little disgraceful. Now, the reasons why, that's for another video. So the question that we can all ask is, what is it doing here in chapter 9? And Rabbi Yerucham Levovitz, who was the mashkiach of the Mir Yeshiva, the spiritual guide, points out a really important message. It's not, one has to consider that when they convey a message, it's not just about the information, but how and when it's done. You see, when we start something new, like a book of Chumash, Bamidbar, everybody's paying attention. It's exciting. It's novel. God didn't want to embarrass the Jewish people by putting this conversation, this event at the very beginning of the book. It wouldn't look nice to us. God instead starts off by counting us, tell us how precious, how loved we are. So where does God place it? 9 chapters later. Well, maybe we're not paying that much attention. And so Rabbi Yerucham says, it's really important that when you're speaking to people and you're giving bad news, or you're saying something that might be hurtful, or might be embarrassing, or might not be very comfortable, try to do it in a way that won't be so embarrassing, so hurtful, so the person will receive it and respect their dignity. And so God respects the Jewish people's dignity by placing some of their shortcomings in the middle, where maybe people aren't paying such great attention. And I think that's really important as a teacher, that if I want to convey a message that's of importance and may not be so pleasant to the student, I can do it in a way that's not embarrassing. This week I had a student who's really falling behind, and I went and tracked him down in his class. Instead of saying to him, hey, I've given you so many chances, what's wrong with you? I said to him, you know, I'm concerned. What can I do to help you? And that student really appreciated it. So it's not just conveying a message, but the method, how we give over that message. If you like what you hear, please pass it on. Always appreciate your feedback. Shabbat Shalom. Hope to see you next week.